Are you tired of the same social media apps potentially looking to shift to a new one? Well, millions of people may already be on to the next big thing. Traffic on Bluesky, now that's an emerging competitor to X, formerly known as Twitter, of course, is up 500% since the presidential election. Joining us now is NewsNation media contributor Steve Krakauer. Steve, good morning. All right, first, let me ask you, what's causing this shift? How does Bluesky differ from already established social media apps like X?
Yes, there are some key details that you need to know before you decide to say, let me give a little try to Bluesky and what's happening over there. Bluesky is very similar to X or Twitter. It was started by Jack Dorsey, who was one of the founders of Twitter. He went away. Obviously, Elon Musk is now running X, and formerly Twitter, and Bluesky has a similar look and feel to it. Now, what do you find when you get there? Well, the reason we've seen this enormous spike is because there are these, let's just be honest, left-wing journalists who spend a lot of time on Twitter and X, who now feel that it is too far to the right, particularly in the wake of Trump's win. And it's, of course, owned by Elon Musk, who has taken a lead role in the Trump transition. So they've decided to just pack their bags and move to a new platform, and that is Bluesky. And so the spike, it is a huge spike, but it's also comparatively small, considering it's 2 million maybe people that have now shifted over there. And they are mostly, what you're going to find are people that want to talk to themselves. So they are journalists. They are people that are kind of pundit class. That's where this shift has gone, where that conversation that was happening on Twitter or X has it relegated, at least for the time being, which I think is an important point as well. Right now, it's happening on Bluesky. We'll see if they stay there or if they start going back.
That echo chamber.
There's not a lot, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we've got Facebook, Instagram, X, Discord. That's just a few of the social media apps out there. I brought up Threads. I mean, that kind of came out really big and fell flat. But what are people looking for at this point when it comes to social media apps?
Yeah, Threads, another one that is similar in kind of the construction and the feel to Twitter or X. The one differentiator with Threads, though, which has made it has kind of come and gone a little bit, but it's still there. And the reason is because it's owned by Meta, or it's integrated with Instagram. So if you say, oh, I might be curious to be on Instagram and look at pictures, but while I'm there, I might also want to say some words. Well, then you go over to Threads. Look, I think the real point here is that there's not a massive need for a new social platform until there is something that's really different and really unique. And it's not just it's Twitter, but it's for liberal journalists, or it's Twitter, but it's now on Instagram. It needs to be something with a totally new value proposition. We saw the rise of TikTok, for example, not that long ago. And because it felt new and different, and it brought something else. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't think the competitors that are out there right now are going to do too much to eat into the space of the ones that are already established.
I mean, why do some apps struggle to find that long-term success? What does it take to remain popular?
Mainly because they're imposters. I think the reason, and if I just want to, not to get meta for a second here, but the reason that NewsNation is so great is it's not trying to be something else. It's trying to do something new entirely and reach a new audience and do so in a way that is talking about stories that are not being covered in other places. That's what you need. And if you're going to just try to say, listen, we like Twitter or X, but it feels like it's we don't like we need our own little bubble. That's not going to bring a lot of people over because they already have the ability to build their own communities in something that already exists. So you need to be thinking majorly, differently, bigger. And I think that's the reason that a lot of these social media apps, I think of like Clubhouse. I don't know if anyone
I remember Clubhouse. Yeah.
It came and went within like a snap of a finger.
Yeah.
And the reason is because you can do Clubhouse things in different places. So you don't need it because it doesn't do anything new.
All right, Steve, I have less than a minute, but let's talk about the future of X. When you consider the partnership with Elon Musk and Donald Trump, do you think X and Truth Social could actually merge in the future?
Possibly. I'm not sure that does much for Elon Musk. It's probably more helpful for Trump, who is one of the business side on Truth Social. But I think the future of X is going to be huge. Listen, when Joe Biden decided to drop out of the presidential race back in July, he didn't post it on platforms that are not owned by Elon Musk. He put it right there on X. And the reason is because that's where the conversation happens. That's where news breaks. And so I think the future is going to be very strong. I think a lot of these journalists that are shifting over to Bluesky or other platforms are going to find their way back, because when you want to find out the news and information as fast as you can, you're going to go there. And so I think it's going to grow over these next few years, owned by Elon Musk or not. it is the place where these kind of conversations happen.
I've been asking some of our team members, Steve, are you on Bluesky?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I spend too much time scrolling X these days. I can't go to another platform.
I'm on X and TikTok way too much. I'm with you. Steve Krakauer, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.